You know, most people think getting rich is about being smart with numbers, learning finance, understanding markets, and finding the perfect investment. But what if I told you that money has much less to do with intelligence and far more to do with the behavior? Some incredibly smart people lose fortunes, and some very ordinary people quietly build amazing amount of wealth. The difference is not IQ. The difference is the psychology of money. And that's exactly what this book explores. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, my name is Nikhil. And on this channel, we sit down with a cup of coffee and talk about books and the life lesson hidden inside them. Twice a week, we explore some of the great books of our times. So if you enjoy the thoughtful conversations about modern classics, I warmly invite you to check out some of the other videos and dive deeper into this world of books with me. Today's quiet conversation is about a fascinating book called The Psychology of Money by Mr. Morgan Housel. This book is not about stock tips. It's not about the complex financial formulas. Instead, it talks about something far more powerful: how our behavior, emotions, and habits shape our financial lives. And honestly, some of the ideas in this book are surprisingly simple and yet deeply powerful. Let me begin with the story the book talks about. There were two men, Ronald Reed and Richard Fusco. Ronald Reed worked as a janitor and a gas station attendant for most of his life. Nothing glamorous, nothing extraordinary. But when he passed away, people discovered something shocking. He had quietly accumulated about $8 million through simple investing and patience. Now here's the twist. Richard Fusco was completely opposite. Highly educated, a successful Wall Street executive, extremely intelligent and financially sophisticated. But after the 2008 financial crisis, he went completely bankrupt. Two men, one with ordinary income who died wealthy, another with elite financial knowledge who lost everything. Why? Morgan Housel argues that financial success is not a hard science. It's a soft skill, and it depends largely on how we behave when things go right and when things go wrong. This book is comprising of small chapters, each sharing a simple but very powerful insight about the money. Let's talk about few ideas that really stood out. Idea number 1. Being reasonable is more important than being rational. In finance, textbooks assume people behave perfectly rationally. But real humans don't work like that. We panic, we get greedy, we compare ourselves to others. Morgan Housel suggests that instead of trying to be perfectly rational, we should aim to be reasonable and consistent. A financial plan that works in theory is useless if you can't stick to it emotionally. So the best plan is often the one you can follow for decades without losing your sleep. Luck and risk play a bigger role than we admit. We love stories of successful investors, but we rarely talk about the role of luck. Two people can make the same decision. One becomes wealthy, the other fails. Not because the one was smarter, but because the circumstances were different. Recognizing the role of a luck keeps us humble in success and kind in failure. It reminds us that life is never entirely predictable. Idea number 3. Wealth is what you don't see. One of the most beautiful ideas in this book is wealth is not the car you drive, it's the money you don't spend. Someone driving a luxury car might actually be drowning in debt. The another person living modestly might quietly have a financial freedom. Real wealth is invisible. It's the savings, investment, and the freedom that sit quietly in the background, not the things we show off to the world. Idea number 4. Compounding works best with time. We often think compounding is about earning high returns. But Morgan Housel reminds us that the real secret is time. Mr. Warren Buffett became extremely wealthy not just because he invested well, but because he started very early and he stayed invested for decades. Compounding is like planting a tree. First few years look unimpressive, but given enough time, it grows into something enormous. Idea number 5. Financial freedom is the real goal. At the end of the day, money is not about luxury. It's about the control over your time, the ability to wake up and choose what you want to do, the freedom to say no to things that you don't like, and the freedom to say yes to things that really matter to you. According to the book, this simple idea might be the highest dividend money can ever pay. Now, the big question. How do we actually apply these ideas in our daily lives? Here are a few practical takeaways. First, save more than you think you need. Savings create flexibility. They reduce stress. They give you options. You don't need a specific reason to save. Sometimes, the best reason is simply to sleep peacefully at night. Second, avoid the lifestyle inflation. As the income increases, most people automatically increase their spending. Bigger house, better car, more expensive habits, etc. etc. But if expenses grow as fast as the income grows, wealth will never actually grow. Learning to live slightly below your means is one of the most simplest financial superpowers. Third, think long term. Markets go up, markets go down. Short-term fluctuations are bound to happen. But long-term patience is where the compounding works its magic. Sometimes, the smartest financial decision is simply not reacting. Fourth, define enough. This might be the most important idea in the entire book. Knowing when you have enough. Because the game of money has a dangerous trap. There is always someone richer, someone more successful. If we keep chasing more endlessly, the finish line keeps moving. Contentment is not about stopping growth. It's about knowing when more stops are adding happiness. Now, what I really love about this book is its simplicity. It does not try to impress you with complicated financial jargon. Instead, it quietly reminds us that money is deeply emotional. It reflects our fear, our hopes, our habits, and perhaps the real lesson is this. Building wealth is not about being the smartest person in the room. It's about being patient, humble, disciplined, and consistent. Simple ideas, but surprisingly rare in practice. And maybe that's why this book resonates with so many readers around the world. And with that, me Nikhil, signing off. We will meet again soon with another book, another quiet conversation, and another cup of coffee. Until then, take care. If you get some value from this video, please do consider subscribing to the channel. Share this video to a fellow reader and keep turning the page. Thank you very much.